Friends, I was reading a report about South Korea and how economic growth activity has been done in 1970s. But that government, South Korean government in 70s, they found a huge crisis inside because they don't have enough amount to support their local companies. And economically, they were very poor, and the local GDP was also very, very poor. So they thought they want to get loan from foreign banks and financial institutions. Because if they allow foreign companies to start in India, I mean, start in their country, South Korea, at some point of time, they may have a control on their political activity. So what they thought instead, government has gone to abroad, approach the foreign institutional investors and banks to give loans. They have taken loan on their name, government name, and that loan has been given to local companies. And that activity really works well. Within 10 years, plenty of chapels have been developed. Chapel means like big business or rich business houses. See, as of a recent report, been stated that 60% of their South Koreans' GDP comes from these 83 chapels. Big business houses. Of course, not just for the South Korean economy development. Right now, these chapels have got a business all across the globe, and they're dominating the world economic development, overall global developments, Hyundai Motors, Samsung, LG, all these electronic-based companies, South Korean companies are dominating in this industry, and almost they have captured the number one status in many countries. This is South Korean status. I found the similarity in Indian system also. They call it as a unicorn companies. A company will be declared unicorn when its value, total value, crosses 1 billion US dollar. When you convert from US dollar to Indian rupee, the total value is supposed to be 8,500 crores. Say, suppose if they got a shares in the market, total number of shares into market price, they call it as a market capitalization rate. That market capitalization rate has to cross 8,500 crore. If it is crossed, they call this company as a unicorn company. There are plenty of companies. Even the Byju's was declared as a unicorn one time. Dream 11. Now, plenty of companies, Mama Earth, First Cry, all these companies have been called as a unicorn company. So far, roughly about 100 unicorn companies are there in India. This unicorn status excludes Reliance Tata, old companies. This is supposed to be a startup, started recently, maybe 10 to 15 years back, and has to make this under 1 billion American dollar. So this unicorn in India, chapels in South Korea, I found huge similarities. Probably these unicorn companies in the future will have a huge role to play in total GDP development because in India, it is not focused to one industry. Even I read a report about animal, a website called Animal, which works for total cattle industry. Buying and selling of cattle and all cattle needs. That company is doing a beautiful work. I'll come out with a separate video on this animal company also, and because I've started collecting, I'm doing basic research on this. Let me finish it and bring out a detailed report about this company. So India will also working on the similar style to make it things to happen as if like South Korea. Uh, Thank you so much for your patient listening. Nandakumar Palaniappan signing off.